Hello everyone, and thank you for joining this amazing lecture of ours that we will be presenting to you a new paragraph in this book. Also, we will be drawing this paragraph. So please be ready, and you never know what's going to happen. Probably very creative idea will become available as we speak. By the way, the book's name is Desktop Anatomy for Dental Students, and we will begin shortly in this paragraph. The heart fills and empties during each cardiac cycle. The normal heart rate is about 70 beats per minute in resting adults. Let me explain this. It's not very hard to understand. The heart, this is the heart, beats about 70 beats per minute. And if this is 1 minute, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 70 beats in this 1 minute. And the heart fills and empties during each cardiac cycle. So this is a cycle, number 1. The heart empties and the hearts get filled. Up to 130 times per minute, a newborn child. So if this was a newborn, it doesn't beat 70 per minute, it beats 130. The heart rate is even faster in fetus when contractions start as early as the child as the 3rd week of development. Blood returns continuously to both sides of the heart from the circulatory system. When the ventricles relax, diastole. I will not focus on the next paragraph, but I will focus only about this. Let's mark it first with our marker, and then we will be focusing on it. The heart fills and empties during each cycle. The normal heart rate is about 70 per minute in a resting adult, and up to 130 times per minute in a newborn child. The heart rate is even faster in fetus when contraction starts as early as the 3rd week of development. Let's open Photoshop and go ahead, straight ahead to drawing the fetus, straight ahead to drawing a file new. Then we go to pixels. Of course, we have 1020, or let's say 1280 by 720. Everything else stays the same. Color range, background, as we did in the last lecture or the last let's read. Everything is custom, and only thing we want to change here is just to rename it, and let's call it 1280 by 720. Let's quit this here and begin our drawing. Okay, so let's start. You just draw the heart as normal, and this is the heart, and it's beating 70 per man, 130 per child, and of course it's emptying and refilling in every circle or in every cycle. So again, this is the heart, and this is the aorta, this is the ventricles. But of course there is a better idea that I have, and to apply this idea, we'd have to start another program. It's called Adobe Illustrator. And there is somebody drawing the heart on the internet. I will put his link in the description. I hope that I will do a better job. Let's go then to Illustrator, exit Photoshop, open Illustrator, File, New, and we choose the width in pixels, 1280 by 720, one attribute, and choose 0 for everything here. We don't need to go to more setting, everything looks perfect. Let's save this 1280 by 7. Let's hit go, or let's hit create. And I think this is a very nice picture. Here we have it. Very cool layout. And here some people will face many problems that we will solve, of course, very easily. One of which is that the color of this white annoying color. To get rid of it, you just choose the rectangular tool and select around the artboard or around the stage. Simply fill it with black color and your eyes will thank you later. In order to keep this color on stage, you just have to go to layers, then lock it in place so that you won't affect it and you won't change it inadvertently or without your knowledge. Let's go now and do some more changes in order for your eyes to feel relaxed. Go to the file, go to the edit and then preference and choose user interface. Then choose the black or dark color, then click OK. Now your eyes will thank you and we should start now. Of course, you can anytime that you want to change the background color, go to layers and from here fill. You can choose a more decent color like this one. And you sure have to choose first of all the selection tool, then select the box, of course unblock it, then go to here and change the color to what you like. I would go with something blue, something not very black, not very white, something in between, something like that. So now let's start drawing the heart, but some people of course might not notice, but we have made a terrible mistake in the beginning. That's why let's correct it. Let's first go to the document setup and we have made picas instead of pixels, and that was a mistake. Next we will change the bleeding to 0 because we don't need it. Also we can go to the attributes, where can I find this is attributes. The letter we can select here as you can see and change from 1000 to 1280 by 720. Portrait mode and click OK. Of course we have now everything is ready, but unfortunately the rectangular that we have made is not fitting with the artboard. Easily we can correct that. Just go to layers and unblock it, then select and Alt Shift, then drag it down, and this will be our outboard very nicely. Now we have corrected the mistake. And I have a recommendation for everyone who is listening, that to download from Google a picture of the heart, because we will be working with the heart already. Go to layers and let's look this again, and we can make a new layer for the heart that we will be placing it and tracing it to work with the project. Of course, choose the artboard in order to make a new artboard and click Alt on our artboard. Actually, I'd rather unlock it and click Alt, see what's going on for the background to come with it. Now we have the new artboard, as you can see here. Two artboards, one for the tracing and one for the actual heart. Let's place the actual heart on this artboard. File, place, heart. Let's choose the heart that we have created and we choose it again and Alt Shift, then scale it down, or maybe you just can choose Shift, then scale it down. Let's place it in the middle and select away in order for us to trace with the artboard. Let's make it closer. That's why I'm going to layers and uncheck lock on this artboard to make it closer to the heart that we will be drawing. Select artboard like that. Then we will start tracing shortly. And removing background is not a very hard thing to do with Illustrator. Of course, we can go ahead and mask it with the pen tool. and release and go to the transparency, but I'm not going to do that today because I have an easier way to do it. Also, masking is very hard in Illustrator and will take a long time to understand. Therefore, we just have to take the selection tool and choose or press on the picture that we have created. Then we go to the image trace, selection, and choose high fidelity. And after this process is finished, we just go to expand. And as you can see, there is something has happened, changing our pixelated image to vectors. Let's press here in the space and let's choose the selection tool and choose this white background and click delete. Therefore, we can see this layer very nice to the eyes in order for us to go and draw our heart and trace it correctly. Thank you for listening to this lecture, and we'll see how are we going to trace the heart in the next one.